Hello again, YouTube. A couple of years ago, the residents of West Meon and the surrounding areas in Hampshire gathered together and dragged a representative of Hampshire Constabulary to the village hall to demand to know what they were doing about the perceived nuisance of bikes ragging up and down the roads locally to them. The minutes of that meeting are there for all to see. Such is the nature of living in a democracy. These events are recorded and published. Obviously, they don't shout it from the rooftops. You have to know where to look, and you have to be of a mind to go looking. And such is the case here. I think the clientele of Loomies and possibly Loomies themselves were either blissfully unaware of what was going on in the background, or maybe a little bit apathetic. But the outcome of that meeting was average speed cameras along the 272 and the A32 immediately adjacent to Loomies. Campaigners would have you believe that cameras in general are there to maintain a level of safety, but the location of these ones would suggest that they are deliberately targeting Loomies and their clientele. Loomies is seen locally by these people as the source of the problem. They simplistically think that if Loomies went away, the bikes would go away. That's not really the case. Bikes and to some degree cars have been enjoying this route, or these routes, for decades before Loomies came along. We've already had to endure the reduction of speed limits to 50 miles an hour and in some cases 40 miles an hour, and the implementation of double white lines in an effort, the campaigners would have you believe, to increase the safety levels on what is admittedly quite a dangerous road. But this latest set of measures is quite clearly deliberately targeting a specific set of people. Loomies' fortunes are obviously directly linked to the number of bikes that go there. It stands to reason. The more people go there, the more money they spend, the more successful Loomies becomes. So, how successful thus far has the campaign against them been? The cameras have been up for a little while now, so let's pop down there and see just how busy it still is. Given that it is September, and admittedly it's still quite early in the evening, it's not a bad turnout really. Not exactly rammed full, but not exactly tumbleweed blown across the car park either. But as the sun got lower, so the number of bikes got greater. Thus far, the campaign to sink Loomies is not as successful as those behind it would like it to be, and let's hope that that remains the case forever.